I ain't got to say nothing. It's Friday night, and it's Raiders week, and it's week 1. I might lose it, Tony. I might lose my mind. My neighbors are probably pissed that I'm yelling right now.
It's crazy because I get this adrenaline just thinking about being in the stadium and watching the game. It's like I think I'm young again. I think I could play. I think I could chip in on a couple plays. And then I get up and I hear my body crack and pop all over the place. And the arthritis kicks in and I realize I'm much better as a fan than I could ever be of any use to anybody physically at this point in my life.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I was just at the gym like 20 minutes ago. I was clanging and banging. I was like, Khalil Mack, sack. Joey Bosa, body slam. J.C. Jackson, not playing.
Oh, buzzkill. I do that. And I am curious if anybody else out there, like when you're working out, do you ever go like, okay, I'm going to bump the treadmill up a little bit more. And if I can make it to 4 miles before this time, they're going to pick up that next 4th down that Staley decides to go for it on his own 18. Like I always give myself these incentives. Like if I just bank this little extra, like hard work, I can transfer that energy to the Chargers. Do you ever do anything like that, Mike, in your head, like play little games? Like if I get this extra 5 push-ups in, that's going to help Austin Eckler pick up that first down. Do you do crazy shit?
Mine will be at the TV. They'll pan to Staley. A big call's coming. I'll be like, call this play. Call this play. Call this play. This is going to work. I'll be channeling it. Austin Eckler screen. Austin Eckler screen. He's going to get it.
Yes, I will. I will try. Yeah, I try to get in like if I'm down the bag, I'll try to get in like 50 punches in 20 seconds. And if I can get there, I think somehow that helps somebody. It doesn't help anybody.
You don't know, Tony. The butterfly effect is pretty crazy. It's pretty
all right.
crazy.
I'm in. Aston Kutcher appreciates that shout out.
We are here, guys. Nuts and bolts. Week 1. If you guys weren't here for last season, we do a game preview every single week. Next week, we'll talk about the previous game shortly, but then we move on to the next game because just like the Chargers, we are focused. This team is a train, and it is running through the National Football League. The Buffalo Bills sent a message to the NFL last night, and the Chargers are about to send a message. This might be a 2-team race.
Was it the message that there's only one good football team in LA? What was that?
The Rams, man. And they looked all discombobulated too. They blew like 3 coverages. They were fumbling. They were stumbling. They were mumbling, and they were struggling.
I'm pretty sure that was John Ramsey out there in Jalen's uniform. I have no idea who that was.
Athir is here. Athir, that is a super long message, but we are also super excited for the game. Chargers game's blocked out. Ooh, okay, you listed on the radio. We gotta figure something out, Athir. You gotta get your pirate skills up. MJT football is here for the M and the T. The J is not here and not invited. Oh gosh, let's just skip that one. Yes, exercise these demons. Welcome to the show. They're back. Everyone's here. Carlos, what's up, man? We are gonna get into the show right now. We're going over matchups this year. It's a new segment we added to the show, so please let us know in the comment section your guys' thoughts on this segment. Before, we usually would go over kind of our key points to make for the game. This time we're going to go over all the matchups for the Raiders game. We're going to go to the injury report like we did all year last year. And we're going to get into it. We're going to give our score predictions at the end of the show. So stick around. Make sure you guys subscribed, like the video. And Tony, let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Where do you want to go first? Offense versus defense? Defense versus offense. Which one?
Defense.
Bada boom. There it is. Let me remove all this stuff. I got it. But here are our matchups here. Chargers offense, Chargers defense versus Raiders offense. I think there's a typo in here. This is a little confusing. But this is the Chargers defense and how we are stacking up against the Raiders offense here on the screen. Of course, we got Staley versus Bosa, Carr. Jesus, Mike. Way to do that one. I got Mikey Davis slotted in here to go against Devontae Adams because we don't know what J.C. Jackson's status is as of right now, and we'll get into the injury report after we go over these matchups. Asante Samuel Jr. versus Mac Hollins, Bryce Callahan versus Hunter Renfrow, Derwin James versus Darren Waller, Tranquil versus Jacobs, and we go over to the O-line versus the D-line. And Tony, do you think you could name any of these guys other than Colton Miller's first name?
No, not a. Let me put it back up there. Let me give it a can. I'm gonna go with Mike James, Theodore Cotton Sr.
Okay.
Let's see. What is that? Bill Muehlemaner and Homer Simpson Jr. I really don't know any of these people.
I'm just saying. Raiders fans constantly are talking about Trey Pipkins. How can you even think about Trey Pipkins when this is what you're fielding as an offensive line full of guys that have no establishment in the league? And I challenge that Colton Miller might not even be the tackle that Raiders fans think that he is. But our defensive line is monstrous. We got Austin Jackson, Joey Bosa, Sebastian Joseph Day, Kyle Van Noy's playing linebacker, Andy Line, and Khalil Mack. I think that every position on the O-line versus the Chargers D-line is a mismatch. Every single one.
Yes, I couldn't agree. And I think that is where I would say like the biggest advantage is right there is our defensive line versus their offensive line. And that is the one thing where I look at it and I go, man, it would have been so nice to see JC Jackson play on Sunday. Like I was so looking forward to this. The moment that I secured the ticket, I was like, okay, everybody, I'm going to get to watch Khalil Mack and JC Jackson. Derwin's going to be in the 3 in this game. And I worried for a second, and then I realized that a crazy pass rush against an offensive line that really needs to prove itself. Now, here's the thing. They could be good. Well, I don't know. I don't think they are, but they could be good. And there's room to improve, just like we're hoping that Trey Pipkins improves. But 4 new ones all at once, I don't remember any of these guys playing last year. And I know everybody on the Chargers D-line, and these are just the starters. This doesn't even include when Chris Rump's going to come in the game. Yeah. And Fehoko, who was flashing. And maybe Jerry Tillery has a couple of surprise moments in this game. And Morgan Fox isn't even in this graphic.
We're stacked.
We are
stacked.
The D-line is where this game, I think, has a chance to really turn things around. Not only against Josh Jacobs, but also getting pressure. And I don't know when we're doing predictions, but my prediction will be coming from a member of the defensive line.
Hell yeah. We'll do it at the end of the thing. We'll drop our what we did last year. We did like a key player and a score prediction, right? Like a prediction for a player. Yeah, we'll do that at the end again.
Awesome.
I'm looking at this, Tony, also. And again, I keep being told by Raiders fans on TikTok that the Raiders offense is going to cause some problems for the Chargers defense because of all of the mismatches. And I only see one.
Where?
I mean, maybe Adams versus Davis. Davis did good against Adams last time they played.
Yeah, but I think that's kind of what I was getting at, and then I got sidetracked with defensive line. Like, I think a great pass rush can help out Davis a little bit. Adams is going to win that matchup more often than not. But then we also got one of the reasons I wanted the Raiders so early on, and I think that week 1 will look way different than week 11 or whenever it is we play them again, is the cohesiveness that will be able to be formed over those next 10 weeks. Like, we haven't seen all the chemistry be built. I know, like, oh, we've been doing this for 15 years or whatever Carr keeps saying. No, you haven't, because you haven't been doing it for 15 years at the NFL level where everything is much faster and much crazier. So, like, we still need to see it in action, and maybe it'll be amazing, but I think there'll be some bumps in the road in week 1.
It's going to need to be more than amazing, I think, to take down what we're stacking up on the other side of the ball. I mean, the only worry I have is gelling. They just have to gel. They just have to play together. But since Derwin's returned to practice, the defense has been there minus JC Jackson. This has been the defense on the field in training camp and at practice. So pretty excited for it. Let's move on to the other side of the ball. Hopefully no typos on this one. The Chargers offense and how we're stacking up against the Raiders defense. And once again, you start to see some mismatches here in favor of our Bolts. We got Justin Herbert going against defensive coordinator Patrick Graham. He's kind of an unknown on what he's going to do. Herbert was saying at his press conference they've been studying film from his days with the Giants and his days with other teams, just trying to get the best picture of what he's going to throw at him and watching the preseason games and what they got set up as far as the base defense goes. We got Eckler versus Perryman. That's a fun one. The thing about Perryman is he's probably not going to be the guy that's in coverage on Eckler. It's probably going to be Jalen Johnson. But Perryman is the best linebacker on the Raiders by far, developed by who? Los Angeles Chargers. Yeah, you're welcome. But yeah, move on. Keenan Allen and Nate Hobbs probably going at it in the slot a lot. We might see Josh Palmer in the slot as well on Nate Hobbs from time to time. We know Nate Hobbs doesn't follow number one receivers around, so it's going to be whoever is playing that slot receiver spot. And on the outside, Mike Williams and Josh Palmer versus Rocky Ya-Sin and Anthony Averett, whichever way you want to dice it. I like our chances in both of those situations. Then you got Morig / Abrams on Gerald Everett. Herbert spent a good 3 minutes just ranting and raving about what an ad Everett has been at the tight end position for the Chargers. So we'll see how that unfolds. That'll be fun to watch. And then you go look at the O-line, Tony. And again, on the interior of the defensive line of the Raiders, do you really know these guys? Where are these guys coming from? They're coming from development, obviously, on other rosters that got picked up by the Raiders. Bilal Nichols, I forgot Billings. His first name is Andrew or Anthony. Jonathan Hankins, who's been on the Raiders. And then, of course, on the outside, they got the edge rusher duo and Chandler Jones and Crosby. But our O-line's looking good. I like our matchup basically across the board here. I'm a little scared of Trey Pipkins, but can he hold up enough for Justin Herbert to slide left? I think so.
Yeah, obviously there's going to be a little bit of nervousness for Pipkins drawing either one of those pass rushers, really. But I do think that there will be a game plan out there where it's like, hey, we're going to put Trey McKitty or Gerald Everett or whoever on that edge. Maybe they activate Richard Rodgers, who they got up, who's a good pass blocker when he was with his time in Green Bay. Maybe they bring him in just to say, hey, on passing plays, you're coming in to be extra help on 3rd and 7 or 3rd and 9 or whatever. I don't know what kind of shape he's in. I did notice on the last graphic, did you do that on purpose where you put Carr's new daddy by his last name on there? Bosa?
Yeah. So basically, okay. I put the guy that's going to just be riding Carr's back all day.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I just put his name on his back.
Yeah, he finally decided to switch his last name. I like that. That's good. I didn't catch the joke. It took me a couple minutes to get.
Yeah, me too.
But as far as in the second graphic there where we're talking, I do think that the Raiders defense is if you get a matchup where you have Jonathan Abram against Gerald Everett, that's something he's going to target. That's hey, the ball's going there. We got him in coverage on this. There's an opportunity there. And another thing, when I look at it, Josh Palmer has a real chance to exploit the third corner in outside coverage. Just hit him with a double move and big plays for JP5, which then I hope the camera finds me as I will be sitting in a very easy, accessible seat to get on camera when he scores a touchdown on national television. So when they pan to somebody wearing the number 5 jersey, you know who it is.
Yeah, I think they're about to get a little bit of a taste of their own medicine because I've heard a lot of talk about Justin Herbert not making the playoffs with weapons like Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, and all these guys. And they never talk about how bad the Chargers defense was last year. And I think they're going to get a little flavor of that, of having this crazy offense with all these weapons. But, they don't necessarily succeed every week because of the defense. And I'm just going to use their words. I've just been storing them all up. Got comments, screenshots, everything for days. I'm just going to flash them right back at him. Here you go. Have one of these. You said this to me last month. It's the exact same excuse you're using now.
Well, so here's the other thing is I keep hearing people out there who even cover the Chargers. They keep going, oh, none of these players that weren't on the team last year care about what happened last year in the thing. But they have to be hearing a little bit of, oh, the Chargers run defense is bad. That's Josh Jacobs is going to be big in this game. The reason the Chargers weren't in there last year is because the defense wasn't good. I do think that they hear this stuff. They have to. It's constant noise around them because the NFL is so popular. You have to block out everything. You have to have nothing on your cell phone. You can't turn on the TV. You can't turn on radio because it is just constant coverage of the NFL. So they have to be a little bit of no. We got paid a lot of money to come here. And it's a new time. It's a new defense. It's a new year, and we're going to go out there and dominate.
Yeah, and I don't think Khalil Mack needs any more motivation playing against the Raiders. I don't know what it is, but every time he's played them since leaving, he just is on a different level. He's ready. He's juiced up. He wants it. He wants him. Let's talk about this injury report, Tony, because theirs is empty. No players on their injury report. Darren Waller was dealing with, I think, a hamstring and a back. Seems like he's okay now. Chargers are dealing with a situation with J.C. Jackson where Brandon Staley said that he is a game-time decision, listed as doubtful. I think any player that's a game-time decision is going to be listed as questionable or doubtful. So I don't know whether JC's playing or not. It kind of seems like let's expect the worst and be very happy if he does end up playing in any capacity on Sunday. And then we got Drew Tranquil, who popped on the injury report recently with a back injury. He's listed as questionable. Hopefully he can go, man. We need him in the middle of our defense, and he's dealt with injuries his whole career, and it's held back his career, honestly, and held back his potential. And then Donald Parham obviously had the hammy injury a couple weeks ago. It doesn't look like he's going to be ready to go. He's listed as doubtful as well. These guys are guys that we want on the field. We want Donald Parham in the red zone. We want having him and Mike as jump ball options. You can't leave one of them alone without us throwing a jump ball to them. We want Drew Tranquil in the middle of the field. He's probably our best pass coverage linebacker right now. We want J.C. Jackson, our new addition, our lockdown corner out there. But when we looked at the matchups, our defense is still loaded without these guys. Our offense is still loaded. We're going to be great in the red zone still. We have plenty of guys that are either great at getting separation off the line of scrimmage like Keenan Allen, great at running people over like Austin Eckler or Isaiah Spiller, or great at going up and getting jump balls like Mike Williams. These injuries concern you at all, Tony? What's your thoughts on going into this game, mainly without JC is the biggest one?
No, because you still have to win. It's not like it is filled with injuries, right? So even though there's no JC, there's going to be points in the season where you're going to miss players. It's 17-game season. It's very unlikely that everybody makes it through the season and plays all 17 games. Mm-hmm. It's this one, and we were excited, and it was kind of like out of the blue that JC wasn't going to be playing or whatever, but I still have confidence. Michael Davis has looked much better. And even to him, he said, hey, I had some distractions last year. I don't have them now. He's looked really good in camp. He's played really good. They're able to give him help, as to where I think other teams who don't have Derwin James to cover Darren Waller, they can afford to give a little extra help in the Devontae coverage department over there. And then Asante's good. So I just want to DZ. I'm not sure that I've ever seen it here before, but he did have a comment up there. I don't know where it went. Oh, this one right here. Let me put it up. Fantasy Pros says that our run defense. This right here is like either somebody did not do their research on the Fantasy Pros, whoever said this, or like they're just saying it's on paper. It's only on paper. Like it's not actually manifested into anything. I could see that. But to say that they didn't make improvements across the D line, these are all people who rely on numbers and analytics, and the ones who always go. So then when you get two guys who are top 10 against the run analytically, how is that not an upgrade or an improvement? So I canceled my subscription based on DC's comment right there.
I'll cancel mine as well. And yeah, Bryce Callahan, another guy to bring up, man. Another guy to bring up that we added this offseason. He's a slot corner. And he's been moving around the league. He's been good everywhere that he's gone. He's been good in Chicago, been good in Denver, and now he's coming to LA where he's familiar with the system. It's going to be a big help in the slot against Hunter Renfrow, because Hunter Renfrow showed off some skills last year. That dude's a baller. I think he gets disrespected by even his own fan base, and they say they have no weapons last year because Hunter Renfrow was cooking everybody. I don't expect Callahan to even lock Renfrow down, but it's definitely going to be a lot of help because last year we had Chris Harris Jr. on him when he went into the slot, which is not favorable.
No, it's not. I think I saw somewhere that he's played him before and actually fared quite well. I don't know if that was last year, but he's done well in coverage on Hunter Renfrow. But it's just an upgrade at that position too. From the injury report, Drew Tranquil feels like the guy that if he could just stay healthy for back-to-back seasons, he would have gotten a contract like this year. They would have been like, all right, let's lock him up. But it seems like every year there's these little things that keep him from reaching his potential. And so I'm really hoping for 15 healthy games this year where he can just get out there and really show like, hey, I have a lot of value and I can stay healthy and I can help this defense, be top 5, top 3.
We have had some bad luck at the linebacker position for like 15 years, Tony. It's pretty crazy. I mean, going back to Manti Te'o, like all these guys that we thought were our solution to that problem.
Yeah, you get Junior Seau, and then the football gods basically go like, okay, you get one generational talent, and you gotta wait 25 years for another one.
Oh man, maybe we'll land one here in the next couple of years in the draft with Staley at the helm. Stop their run and limit their big play potential with Adams and Waller. Yeah, and I think that just the pass rush alone limits their big play potential a ton. How far can these guys run routes down the field? How long can they wait to develop those routes down the field? And before Bosa is putting his name on the back of Carr's jersey, like we were saying earlier. Manny, who's going to the game? I'll be there.
I will be there too, Manny. I'm trying to figure out something with the kid situation so that I can make it down to Thunder Alley and party with Die Hard Bolt Club early. Yeah, just being a dad, young kids, trying to navigate that. I will be at the game regardless, but I'm trying to get down there, get a couple drinks, some food, some good times, and yeah, party it up with the Bolt fam before the game. Athir, Mike, what do you want to tell him?
I gave him his pass last week.
Yes, Athir. This chat is officially sponsored by Athir. It's yours.
You're in charge.
You have the green light to ask as many questions as you want, and you really only have about 8 minutes left before this show wraps up, my friend. So get it together.
Yeah, you can even spam them. One-eyed butt pirates are pretty insecure. All right, let's get into these predictions. Tony, I didn't come prepared with the prediction. Do you have one so that way I could think?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So one of the things we like to do is give the player that we think will be an X factor and then just be like super specific on it. I don't know if you saw it. I had the 3rd and 7 sack prediction for Chris Rumph in the preseason, and it came true in the first week. So for this one, I'm going with new defensive tackle Sebastian Joseph Day. He'll have 1.5 sacks in this game. He's going to meet in the backfield with like him and Khalil, or him and Joey are going to get half a sack on one, but he's going to have another one where Carr is going to try and step up in the pocket on like a 3rd and 4 to deliver a little kind of over the middle route or something like that. And then boom, right there, there's going to be a sack fumble from Sebastian Joseph Day covered by like, Kyle Van Noy or something like that. So we are going to get a multiple sack performance from SJD, first game there, named team captain. I think he's going to have an opportunity to put not only a lot of pressure on the middle, affect the run game, and have a multiple sack performance. And I can't wait to see him at the podium after the game. Big smile, $1 million man, mega superstar, Sebastian Joseph Day, big week 1 performance.
I'm going to go with one of my favorite players in the history of football. He's been saying on Twitter publicly that I've been waiting for y'all and y'all been waiting for me, and now we're about to meet in the parking lot and let it go down. 10 receptions. We're having a vintage Keenan Allen game against the Raiders on Sunday. 10 receptions out of Keenan Allen. Don't know the yardage. Don't know how many touchdowns, but I'm saying 10 receptions right on Nate Hobbs' head. The Raiders' best corner. The Raiders' best defensive back gives up 10 receptions to Keenan Allen out the slot.
That would actually be a big performance because Herbert tends to shy away from going at Nate Hobbs because that is their best option. So like in those games last year, he just targeted other people. He had success to Mike. He had success to Jared Cook in the first game. I think maybe somebody else caught one. Eckler caught one in the first game. So a 10 catch performance from Keenan Allen. I know for a fact there's 2 Raiders fans in my life that I'm reaching out to ask what happened to their boy, Nate Hobbs. Yeah. I might even send Nate Hobbs getting urinated by Calvin and Hobbs. So it's Hobbs on Hobbs crime. That's what's going to happen right there.
Hobbs on Hobbs crime here. Manny's saying that he's going to be there to see the Raiders fans get arrested. I went to the Chargers-Raiders game in SoFi last time. The Raiders fans were pretty respectful. It was pretty calm. But just be safe, Manny. Don't have too many brewskis and start acting up, and then they start acting up, and all of a sudden you're in a bad situation because got some bad news. You'll probably be outnumbered. I personally know Raiders fans flying from Tampa and Hawaii. What the hell? They're spending their hard-earned money to fly to SoFi instead of go to a freaking game in Vegas in a couple weeks? What's wrong with them?
Yeah, I feel like why not just go to, if you're a Raiders fan, why not just go and get the home opener and be in whatever. To each
Yeah.
their own.
And I
Do your
keep
thing.
asking Raiders fans, like, why you guys keep buying season tickets to the Chargers? And they go, well, we're just going to go to the one Raiders game and then we're going to sell all the tickets. Well, why can't you do that shit with Las Vegas Raiders season tickets? You're only a couple hours away from Las Vegas. It's not that far. It might be closer for some of these season ticket holders. It's because SoFi is a better stadium.
Well, they get that cool box, Mike, that opens up and has the autumn wind. Blah,
Exactly.
Blah, blah. We won a Super Bowl 15 years ago, 50 years ago.
Yeah. I'm going too far with my thoughts already. I was about to make a Gruden joke. But this is what I wanted to see someday. Justin Herbert, I'm assuming that's what that's supposed to say.
Yep.
Not to show any respect to the Raiders secondary. They're sorry. Air it out. 400 yards, 4 TDs. I think he's already done that in his career at Thier, but we'll do it again. We will do it again. Chargers looking for the Raiders. What the? I thought the Raiders sucked, but this is the game you circled? What are you talking about? We both had the Raiders making the playoffs. We're both reasonable.
Wait, I don't have the Raiders making the playoffs. No, I don't.
To you. Not you. To them.
Yeah, I don't have them making the playoffs. But I like that. 400 yards, 4 TDs. I'm with that. I got Herbert in a couple fantasy leagues, and I need him to make up for Cam Akers not showing up. So I'm all for that. Captain Jack. Yeah, and I like this more opinions, more positive things that are going to happen for the Chargers in this game. If you do have a prediction defensively, whatever's going on there, offensively, what has it? What do you offensively, Mike? I was thinking about this. Horvath or Sony Michel, you need to just like get in that offense to run the clock out. Like, who do you want to see at the end of the game? Like, would you trust? Do you feel like, oh, I want to see the rookie maybe get it? Or, hey, Sony Michel, let's just give some real basic 32 ice type, Pop Warner style plays right up the gut. Just hang on to the football and try and get 3 yards and burn some clock.
I mean, depends on the score. If we're up by 3 possessions, let's get the rookie some touches. If we're only up by 10 and we're trying to run the clock out, I probably want to go to the veteran, Sony Michel.
Yeah, I do too. I want to see if he is ready condition wise and has enough of that minor playbook stuff. I'm really hoping that we get to see him out there in this game. Not for a ton, but yeah, he's out there. He's the guy spelling him, because I know that you and I personally, we like Josh Kelly. We root for Josh Kelly, but I will be nervous as all get out if I see him out there spelling him in the fourth quarter and they're going to hand the ball off to him. I will be nervous. I just will.
Yeah, I don't want to see him touching the ball in the fourth quarter. I don't want to see him touching the ball on the goal line. I don't want to see him touching the ball on 3rd or 4th down. We got guys now. We got Horvath's bigger anyways, so it doesn't even make sense to give it to Kelly. We got Horvath, Sony Michel. I'd rather do a QB sneak.
I like that you took away like every down possible. I want to throw on 1st down. I don't want him to touch it on 1st or 2nd down. Definitely not on 4th down, not near the goal line. Well, just not in the stadium in general. Come on, Mike. When do you want him to touch the ball?
Warm-ups.
Warm-ups. There we
go.
Get
it going in warm-ups. No offense to Josh Kelly, but just the Chiefs thing is going to be a taste in my mouth until something else happens, Kelly. And preseason hurdles aren't going to be that one thing that happens. It's going to change me around.
All right, let's get to our final score predictions. I already see wishful thinking from the Raiders fan in here.
Yeah, why are they even spending their time listening to the Chargers show with Charger season tickets? Bolt up, I guess. You should change this to the baby blue and gold allegiance. You want to give me mine, Tony?
Silver and black booby tassels.
I do think that the Raiders are going to be able to do something with the football minus J.C. Jackson on our secondary, just a little bit. So I'm going to give the Raiders 21 points. But I think that Justin Herbert is walking on this weak ass. I said it. Weak ass Raiders secondary. And we're putting up 38 total points. 38-21 is my score prediction, Tony. And I think by the fourth quarter, that game's already over.
You said 31-21?
38.
38?
21 17-point blowout, just like last time when the Raiders came to SoFi and all of them are leaving the stadium early because they're not actual fans. When the team loses, they dip. When the team wins, they yell and want to fight you. But when the team loses, they're going to be dipping, Tony. They're going to be out of there. Get into the parking lot early. You can just be there showering in your victory.
Okay. Well, I got to get home safely, so I need to stop celebrating sometime around middle of the third quarter. Celebrating, getting inebriated is what I'm talking about. But I like what you said. You went even bolder than I did with that score prediction. I am going with the score of 34-20. The best player on their team, Daniel Carlson, going to knock in a couple of long field goals just to help them get to that point. I do see this game like kind of having a little bit of feel itself out moment towards the beginning of the game, but a big score before halftime, another early score in third quarter, and then it's just pouring it on. Defensive touchdown to close out the game. I got a defensive score happening in this game. 34-20 Chargers win. We're back here celebrating next Wednesday because we got a Thursday night game.
Oh, yeah. We will be live Wednesday night instead of Friday night, y'all, because we got a Thursday night game against the Kansas City Chiefs. We're going to be talking about our Raiders victory, and we'll be talking about our Chiefs victory that'll be coming the next day.
Did I catch a see you next Tuesday in there or what?
See you next.
Was that a okay? We'll work on that.
We will. We will. Let's see. The autumn wind is a Raider fan farting. Yeah, drop your guys' score predictions in the comments before we sign out of here. Go ahead. Drop them in there. We'll check them out. Athir's got the Chargers by 20. Carlos
that
is going
is a really good meme, Manny. To get like a nice fart meme, like get the fart meme from Step Brothers, where he's like farting for a really long time, and then just put the autumn wind over it.
Oh boy,
is that ketchup I taste? Did you have meatloaf? I like that, Carlos. I would be totally with that too. 30-17. I would like a very big win. Athir says Chargers by 20. All good, all positive stuff. Can't wait.
I want to see like what Von Miller did on Thursday night from Khalil Mack. I'm so excited to see that dude play. Been waiting forever. Seen him at practice. I'll tell you guys, I'm not a football expert. Only played a little bit of football in my life, but he don't look washed to me. He don't look washed at all, actually. He looks good. He's ready.
Oh, shit. Athir coming through strong. 122 TDs. I haven't done a cartwheel in about, 10 years. I'll do cartwheel in the parking lot, and I'll videotape, and we'll have it on here. Me doing cartwheels in the parking lot.
Palmer would be the biggest fantasy football waiver wire ad the next day.
Well, not in any of my leagues. He's
already taken.
He's already taken.
31-13.
Thank you, Athir.
He loves you. I guess I'll just go fuck myself, Athir. Guiding for a 40-yard bomb.
Goodness, Mike giving away his Friday night plans here right on the show.
All right, let's call it. They say Max Wash, but Chandler Jones is older. He is older. I can't wait, Tony. I can't wait. Any last words? The Los Angeles Superchargers.
No, but people were impressed with Josh Allen. They will be amazed with Justin.
Jaw dropped by Justin Herbert. 4 touchdowns, 400 yards. That was the Thier's prediction. We will see you guys next week on Wednesday night. You'll have no problems tuning in if you subscribe, turn on notifications, smash that like button. Helps out a ton in the algorithm. We appreciate y'all for all the support. We appreciate everyone for tuning in to the show this week. We will see you next week. And, as always, Bolt up!